Did you guys see the bit when Maura apparently put the whole ice lolly in her mouth? And of course, surprise twist at the end, even though Tommy didn't pick her, she gets to go on a date and stay in the villa. Now, isn't that a convenient coincidence? So Yewande was looking like a snack at that, you know, recoupling. Honestly, I feel like they are very strong contenders to win the show. Hey guys, I'm Mimi Justini. Welcome back to my channel. I am looking like a sporty snack. I'm about to go play tennis, but I thought, got to get my Love Island episode 12 review out ASAP because that was a really good episode. If you guys are enjoying this reviews, make sure you subscribe so you're up to date and you get my notifications, guys. But yeah, let's get straight into this review. Somebody tell me why Maura is still in that villa. If that's not a conspiracy, I don't know what a conspiracy is. These producers are tripping. Okay guys, so we're gonna start with the most interesting storyline that's going on at the moment, which is Maura, Tommy and Molly, the love triangle. So this episode we weren't really sure who Tommy was going to pick in the recoupling, and you know, I got a little bit nervous at the start of the episode because even though I said of course Tommy in my last review, I was like, Tommy's not going to pick Maura. Oh my god, why would you pick Maura over Molly? Every time I see Maura and Tommy talking, it's always of a sexual nature. It seems like that girl has only got sex on the brain. It's like somebody told her that her whole worth is between her legs, you know. So when they say they have a connection, it's just attraction for me. Molly and Tommy seem to have a more genuine connection, but I was really worried at the start of the episode when Molly went and grabbed Maura and Tommy were talking. Molly went and grabbed Maura for a chat, and I was like, why would you grab Maura? Why not grab Tommy? It's time to do some grafting, girl. Let this boy know that you're into him. But she grabbed Maura and she was a bit like, girl code, I thought you were a girl's girl. Why did you try and kiss Tommy last night? And I just thought, this Maura girl doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't even seem like I feel like she would go after her mum's boyfriend. That's kind of girl she seems like. She doesn't seem like she gives two F's. So I don't really understand why Molly thought she was going to appeal to her nicer nature. I thought Molly should have gone straight for Tommy, but it's funny because we didn't really see Molly and Tommy have a single chat, really just one-to-one during that whole episode. I feel like they must have done, but the producers didn't want us to see it because they wanted to keep that suspense of who's Tommy gonna pick. Even in the challenge we saw Maura going for the kiss, and of course it was some proper passionate thing. You know, it's your first kiss, you don't really know the boy, you've only been in the villa for what, 2 days at this point, really, maybe 3 days. She didn't go in for a peck on the cheek like you saw some of the other contestants doing. No, she went in for the full thing, and I really respected Molly when she was like, no, I don't want our first kiss to be everybody watching us to be in a challenge. So Molly just went in for the peck on the cheek, but I was scared again. I was like, oh my god, Maura is not holding any punches. She is going in for the kill, and Molly's taking the high road, just playing respectfully. And I love that about her, but I was like, Tommy's a 20-year-old boy. I don't know if he's mature enough really to understand the differences between the physical connection and a real connection. I just thought Maura was playing so dirty, and I kind of wanted to see Molly get her hands dirty, but I was super proud of her that she did take the high road on that one. I like the fact that Molly has standards, but where Tommy has already said that his head has done a 560-degree turn, I feel like your opponent doesn't have standards, girl. You know, maybe you should have come out a little bit of fighting. I'm glad she didn't kiss him, but I would have liked to have seen her pulling him for a chat. But I did see her in bed saying to him and trying to give him a cuddle and rubbing her fingers, she was trying to let him know that she's into him in her own way. But I think it's weird that we didn't get to see a chat from them at all in this episode. Of course, in the end, Tommy picked Molly, and I wasn't surprised at all. I was just like, that's what it should be. I was like, I don't know, was I surprised? No, I felt like Molly was the right choice, but I was a bit nervous because this Maura girl didn't hold any punches, and I was just really worried that Molly maybe didn't do enough. But I'm glad that Tommy does seem smart, does seem like he's got a good head on his shoulders and he could see past over. Did you guys see the bit when Maura apparently put the whole ice lolly in her mouth? Of course, the producers didn't show it because I can see that they're seeing the backlash this Maura girl's getting on Twitter, but she's good entertainment. They didn't want to show the fact that she's being so damn sexually suggestive, as if we're not already onto it, as if we don't already know this woman has issues. Them not showing that bit does nothing to hide the fact that this woman is a problematic predator. She's a sexual predator, in my opinion. I'm sorry. And I do feel like they've probably given her a warning, because she seemed to have toned it down a lot more in comparison to the previous 2 episodes, whereas I would have thought she'd have even gone a bit more crazy trying to stay in the villa. But I think they must have given her a warning, because she did tone it down. ITV producers, we see you. Sharif would have got exited for the exact same behavior. You're not showing the bits where she's really going to put off the audience because you want to keep her in. And of course, surprise twist at the end, even though Tommy didn't pick her, she gets to go on a date and stay in the villa. Now, isn't that a convenient coincidence? I get it, she's good TV, she's entertaining, she's gone in there to stir things up, but come on, could you be any more transparent? This girl should have packed her bags and gone home, but you guys are just praying for more drama, praying for more explosion, and no doubt this girl is going to give that to us. And honestly, I don't like her, but good TV is good TV. Guys, that's my review on the whole Molly, Maura and Tommy situation. If you guys got any more input on them too, make sure you drop it in the discussion below in the comment section. And then let's move on to I don't really want to talk about this couple too much, because they're a bit blah, they've gotten a lot of screen time. I don't really like them that much. But Lucy and Joe, I feel like I like Joe a bit more because he seemed to have a backbone in this episode and he stood up to Lucy. Lucy really rubbing me up the wrong way. I don't really like girls that are like, oh, I'm not a girly girl, I don't have a lot of girlfriends, I prefer hanging out with guys. I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with having guy friends, but why don't you like girls? I get it that girl friendships can be a bit more complicated, but trust me, no one will ever have your back like your girlfriend would. Like, no guy will ever have your back like that, I'm sorry. You know, and even just how hard she went for Amy in that challenge, I thought that was quite bitchy and spiteful. And I don't care if she starts crying afterwards and saying, oh, I just wanted to get some of the tension out. No, you guys said you put it under the bed, you've like let it go. Why did you go so hard for her, you know, in quite a physical and aggressive way? Didn't really like that. I was quite happy that Joe pulled her aside and stood up to her and was like, look, you need to make more of an effort with the girls, you know, you can't just keep going off with Tommy. And even at first I was like, but can he really tell her that she can't be friends with a guy? But I totally get it, because not too long ago, just a few days ago, you know, those three were in their love triangle, Lucy, Tommy and Joe. So fair enough if Joe doesn't want to see Lucy going off and kind of having flirty banter with Tommy. That's more than fair play. Like Joe a little bit more, Lucy going way down in my estimation. Yewande, Danny, we didn't really get to see much of them at all this episode. I will say Yewande was looking like a snack at that, you know, recoupling. She was looking amazing. We won't touch on what she was doing with her hair in that challenge, just won't touch on it. But I loved Danny's speech to her. I know the verdict is still out for a lot of people on whether or not Danny's being genuine or not, but I really liked, you know, his speech on why he wanted to couple up with her. And you can see that big smile just spread across her face when he said that like she's got some qualities that he didn't even know he needed. That was just so cute. I'm here for it. I'm so fingers crossed that those two end up being legit, end up working out. So, last but not least, Amy and Curtis. Honestly, I feel like they are very strong contenders to win the show. You guys know I love Curtis. I really love Curtis. I've been a bit iffy about Amy, but I feel like she's starting to redeem herself a little bit. I like the fact that she took the higher road with that Lucy girl when she was being quite aggressive towards her in the food challenge. Because me, I would have called a bitch out. I would have been like, girl, I do not play like that. So I really like the fact that Amy did take that high road. And I love the chat when Curtis pulled Amy aside to just make sure she was okay after he felt like she was being a bit attacked, and he just wanted to make sure she was good. And when she said to him that she was really starting to fall for him, I was like, yep, I can see why. Curtis is a good guy, Amy's a good girl. They seem really genuine. I can't imagine anybody coming in and turning either of their heads. They seem like the most solid couple in that villa, and I think they've got a very good chance. If I had to call it now, I would say that those two are going to be 2019 Love Island winners. Last but not least, I know I said last but not least before, but Anton picking Elma. I don't blame him. Even though he'd reassured Anna that she had nothing to worry about, he'd pick her, I don't blame him, because Anna even at that time said, you know what, if a girl comes in that's a bit of you, that you've got a romantic connection with, I want you to crack on. Because I feel like if a guy had come in that was a bit of Anna, she would have cracked on. It is Love Island at the end of the day, so I'm glad he put a chance at love over like a really good friendship. You know, there's nothing stopping them from having a really good friendship outside of the villa, but in that villa it should be love. That's our focus. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts for the episode. What is coming up in the new episode? So we saw that Maura and Anna are going on a date, you know, and we could already see Maura saying, do you want to share a bed with me? What is wrong with that girl? What, does she know him all of 2 minutes before she's asking him to jump into bed with her? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And like, yeah, I have no comments. We'll see how that goes down. I'm genuinely hoping that Anna finds someone that she's got a real connection with, because I do like Anna. I think she could be like a silent dark horse that comes, you know, to the forefront if she gets a bit more airtime. You can see that in the villa she's very well liked, you know, and she seems to have a really good head on her shoulders. So I really want to see that romantic side of her come out when she finds someone that she's got a real connection with. Anybody else see what I'm seeing with Anna? Or you guys just don't really care? And also the couples had to choose the 2 weakest, or 2 couples that they felt weren't really compatible. I think that's going to be quite an obvious choice. I feel like Anton and Elma unfortunately are going to go straight up on the chopping block, just because they were the couple that like have been the least established, or literally established on last night's episode. So I think automatically they're going to go up, because nobody really knows whether or not they're suitable. And unfortunately for Joe and Lucy, they've just had this fight. You know, they were one of the longest standing couples, and you know, you might have thought they were quite solid after the whole Tommy thing went by, but they just had this fight where, you know, Joe's been saying he's not sure if they'd work on the outside, and I think that's going to come back and bite them in the foot. So I think on the next episode we're going to see Joe and Lucy up for potential eviction from the island alongside Anton and Elma, but we all know how these things go. Last in, first out. So I think Elma and Anton are probably going to be the ones to go if anybody goes on the next episode or the episode after. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens on the dates and what happens with the established couples. I really want to see more of Danny and Johan. They didn't get a lot of airtime. I want to see that more. I want to see Molly and Tommy crack on now that they've coupled up and hopefully they're back on good terms. I want to see more of Amy and Curtis, because I think they are my Love Island winners. So guys, that's my review of the last episode. Let me know if I missed anything out. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm Mimi Justin Me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Okay? I remember then when we done it also for the streets, knowing one day you go pay.